Hey girl, I'm Dr. B. Fox, and I help accomplished women to elevate their inner being and optimize their energy so that they can match and align their inner game with their outer world they have worked so hard to create, and they can do this completely living undefined by the things that have been holding them back and weighing them down, and stepping into and showing up as the best and most authentic version of themselves. And so today I wanted to bring to you how to give gratitude to things that are tough, to the person who hurt you, to the situation then that is still holding you back today. And so I want to give you a couple things to think about. I want to give you a couple tips to take home and to work on to help you truly be able to release that energetic tension between you and that situation or you and that person, and allow you to move forward freely without them holding you back. Okay, so one thing that I've seen working with hundreds of one-on-one clients over the last decade is that there's some specific things that you can do to really be able to clear out some of that heaviness, anger, fear, the hurt that somebody else or something has caused you. And sometimes that's really hard to do. And it's a practice. It takes a little bit of time. But I think ultimately knowing that if you allow that thing to stay within you, you allow that incident, that trauma, that experience, that person to stay inside of you, holding you down, it will continue to affect you. Even if you've been so good at suppressing it that you're not even sure what it is that's holding you back, but you think you might know, girl, these tips are for you, okay? So no matter what the situation, no matter who the person is, okay, I want you to utilize some of these tips and tricks to really allow yourself to cut that tie, allow them to scooch away, and be able to open up and really live your life without being held back by the drama, trauma, or that person from your past, or even maybe it's your current, okay? A lot of times as we grow and as we move forward, we have people in our lives that aren't moving and growing with us, and so there's this like natural divide that occurs, and sometimes there's a lot of resentment that comes in that, more from them than from you. They're satisfied with that place that you were in before, with that relationship and how it functioned and how it felt. And as you grow and move in the direction that you want to go, they don't always see that as a positive thing, because you're kind of making some waves in the water, if you know what I mean. So, so I want you guys to use these tips and tricks to really start unraveling, recentering yourself, clearing your mind and body of some of the things that have held you back over the years, maybe are still holding you back, and really allow yourselves to move in the direction that you want to go, okay? So a couple of the things that I've seen that have really worked well for clients when they implement them is, first and foremost, and probably the hardest one, is to write a letter of gratitude. So what I mean by that is you're going to take, whether it be a person, a place, a thing, a situation, a trauma, whatever it was for you, or maybe there's many, I see that a lot, is there's layers, right? So it's not just one person and one situation, but many. Okay, so you may need to write many letters, and you do it as it feels good for you, okay? It's not like you have to go in and write all 5 letters tonight. You might, that's cool. But I really want you to take the time. And what I want you to do with these letters is I want you to, so let's say you have situation A, and it was so hurtful, it was traumatizing, you're still grieving over it, you're still holding on to it, there's still a heaviness around it, okay? Maybe it was a sexual trauma. Maybe it was specific words that somebody that you cared deeply about used towards you that were hurtful. So in this letter that you're going to write, and I want you to write it, don't type it, write it. Pen to paper is brilliant, so let's put that pen to paper, and I want you just to start out by thank you. You're going to give gratitude to that person. So that might look like that time that you said words X, Y, and Z to me, and it was so painful and it hurt so much, and I still have a hard time understanding why. But what I want you to know is that I want you to understand by using those words and making me feel that way, that I have actually grown into a stronger, more independent person. That I have been able to take those words or that situation and grow from it. And I love who I am today. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you. It was so hard to endure. It was so hurtful. But at the end of the day, I am so grateful for it because it has made me into the woman that I am today. And for that, I am grateful. Okay, so that's just an example. But you might take something like that and say, this really nasty thing happened to me, but I'm going to spin it. I'm going to rewire it in this guy here, and I'm going to put gratitude on it, because at the end of the day, those things that we've been through truly strengthen us. They truly give us the tools. They give us the growth when we allow it, and they move us into the person we are today. And I don't know about you guys, but I am grateful for the woman I am today, but I've done a lot of work in my journey to get there. And that's why I want to pour into you guys and help you and give you some of those things to do to really be able to start to knock those things out of your system, freeing your system up, enhancing the flow, and allowing you to move forward, okay? So number 1 is write a gratitude letter, okay? Number 2, girl, oh my gosh. So if you need to forgive yourself, you're writing a letter to yourself, okay? I want you to, even if you don't need to forgive yourself, I want you to write a letter to yourself. Maybe it's to your childhood self, the girl who was traumatized, the girl who was bullied, the girl who got into a narcissistic relationship that changed her life, the girl with an eating disorder, the girl who said things to other people, whoever that girl is. I want you to write her a letter, and I want you to love on her. I want you to tell her how far she has grown and come since then. And I want you to tell her that even though then, the girl that she was, the things that she did, the things that she endured, whether her fault or not, those things don't define her. They are not what makes her who she is today. And today she is who she is because she's experienced that, because she's grown from that, and because she's overcome. So again, gratitude towards those things that have happened for us in our life so that we can ultimately grow, strengthen, and just become the powerful, amazing women that we are. Okay, and even if you don't feel that way, I want you to know you are. Okay, so that's number 2. So gratitude letter for whatever it was or whoever it was, and then write yourself a letter. And you guys, with these letters, you can take them and you can tuck them away. You can keep them, that's fine, throw them away when you're ready. Or you can burn them. There is power in watching that guy burn, but I want you to know that whatever that is for you, that this is you saying, oh, that sucked. But I am so grateful because I love who I am today. And that's how I want you to finish that letter, is I love who I am today and who I'm becoming and the journey I've been on. I love it because it's strengthening me and allowing me to grow, okay? So then number 3, girl, number 3 for allowing you to kind of move forward from that is, I call it posturing. So I want you to put your fingertips together and your feet will be not crisscrossed. So nothing crisscrossed, okay? So you can be sitting, you can be lying down, whatever that is, but just comfortable. And I want you just to be in that space. You're gonna close your eyes. You're gonna take some nice deep breaths, just really breathing through all the way down and out. And just take some time in that posture and see what comes up for you. Okay, see if there's a situation, a person, something that arises for you, okay? And then I want you just to be in that awareness, and I want you just to breathe through it and continue to focus on your breath. It might take a couple minutes. It might take, 12, 15 minutes, depending on how many times you've done this. But posturing yourself in that allows you to center. It allows you to be in that awareness, and then just process it through. Process that emotion. If it's someone, something, process it through, and you'll know when you've processed it through your system when your eyes just naturally open. Okay? And so when they naturally open, you're going to take some deep breaths. You might go to the journal. You might go for a walk. But what you're doing is you're just allowing yourself to be there in that thing, in that moment, and letting it pass through your system. It might take you days to continue processing. It might not be totally complete when your eyes open, but you've allowed it to start to work through your system, which is so helpful. Otherwise, if we're not allowing it to work through our system, we're storing it. And when we store it, it bogs us down, it's heavy, and it holds us back. Okay, so choose 1, 2, or 3, all of the things. Pick the one that's best for you. Pick the one that's most relevant, and maybe you need to do all of them, and that's okay. But I want you to use these 3 tips to really allow yourself to forgive and to move forward from a situation or a person that has hurt you in the past. Okay? Live your life undefined.